Welcome to the 80s New York City crack era, Brooklyn, with your host, Bar. Please don't take this title as I'm glorifying them days back in the days, because it's not. I really feel, I'm not real comfortable with the fact that I was contributing to the poison of my people back then. But the title is just self explanatory to grab the viewer and, to be able to touch more people in a way for positivity. So that's my whole objective of this channel. And then to let you know, I'm not just talking because I want to act like I was there. No, I was there. So if you're going to take somebody's word for change, listen to somebody who was there and made it through that whole struggle. So this one here this is about the rapper 50 Cent, Big Meech, and Rick Ross, and how 50 Cent's ways and behavior ties to the original 50 Cent. Now, I'm not going to say that's a good or bad thing, but for the rapper, I guess it's a good thing, because he said he got the name from the original gangster. So, being that I knew the original gangster, 50 Cent, I can't help but say this dude acts just like him. You know what I'm saying? Just like him. Now let's get to the content. So right now in the public, you got 50 Cent kind of upset with Big Meech because he somewhat went to the other side by messing with Rick Ross. Right? So we already know the history with 50 Cent and Rick Ross. And by Big Meech going over there, 50 is in his ways. He's in his ways about that. So the messy part comes in with 50 Cent. Now that he's not getting his way, because he wouldn't have never co-signed Big Meech going over there with Rick Ross. So what does he do? He decides to expose Big Meech. Yeah, you can't make this up, man. This is funny. He decides to expose Big Meech, and what y'all call clout chasing. Clout chasing is the way the way I sum up clout chasing is, because that's a word we didn't have back in the days, but for entertainment purpose and the internet and social media, type of things that's going on now. Clout chasing is basically, you start trouble and you looking for clout, because the more trouble you start, the more people view into your content or whatever you're trying to produce or whatever you're trying to put out there for the public. So that's the way I sum up clout chasing clout. And it's basically, it builds up your money, but we didn't have clout chasing back then. Basically, you're a troublemaker. And that's what the original gangster 50 Cent was, a troublemaker. Whether you hate him, whether you like him, whether you think he was a sucker, whether you think he was a snitch, a rat, whether you think he was a killer. One thing I'm going to say about that dude, he was a freaking troublemaker. And 50 Cent, when you get on his nerves, he gonna start some shit. He gonna start some trouble. And that's his track record. So the reason why I'm gonna bring up a little story that when I'm listening to 50 Cent, do what he doing as far as exposing Big Meech. Supposedly, I don't know how true that is. If he's supposed to be doing something on Big Meech as far as the being a rat. I don't know how true it is, but let me tie that in with the real gangster 50 Cent. So one day, there was a guy named Gucci, rest in peace. And if you're from the hood, you from my hood, everybody know who Gucci was. I'm not here to glorify him. It's just a story. So Gucci had owed me some money. And he been owing me this money for about 2 weeks. So 50 comes to the projects one day, the original 50 Cent. And this is him in his voice. He told me, yeah, Sean, I just seen that nigga Gucci on the far side. And I told him, I said, yo, where's Sean Money? And he told me, fuck you. This was 50 words to me. So me being with my ego, I'm like, he said that shit? Now, I look at Gucci back then as somebody who was under me because he was working for me. So I didn't think nothing of it to where, when I seen him, I just wanted to smack him. But I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes your ego could get you in some trouble in the streets because you never know when a man going to turn on in that spur of the moment. So you think, oh, this nigga is that, this nigga. Trust me, men got their time when they reach their peak, or like I said, when they mature, whether that's in school, whether that's, and even like in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You could be, I'm gonna keep it real, you could be known as a sucker one day, and then maybe 6 months, 2 months, that same sucker's busting his gun. So that's what I mean by that. So my point is, if first, I hope you don't be in the street. But if you are, don't take nobody for granted, yo. I'm telling you. And my ego could have cost me that day because I didn't even pay attention. I just looked at this dude like, not him talking to me like that. So I walked over there to the far side. Now, that's a whole nother story. I ain't going to get into the details of that, but everything got smoothed out and Gucci wound up paying me my money back. So anyway, in the meantime, Gucci wound up coming back to the projects and telling me and him had a talk. So I said, he said, 50 really told you that I told him to tell you fuck you when he asked me for your money? And I said, yeah. Now see, this is the original 50 Cent starting trouble. Because Gucci said he didn't say that. He told him to tell me, I'm going to tell Bar I'm going to come see him. So my whole point was, Gucci told me then that, see, what it was, me and 50 been over there all week. He knew I was over there. But me and 50 had some words. And soon as we had them words, now all of a sudden, he want to come back and tell you where I'm at because he know I owe you that money. You know what I'm saying? I was over there on the far side trying to get that money so I could pay you because I, had some issue. But 50 Cent, the gangster, he was starting trouble because he wasn't getting his way when him and Gucci had those words. So he figured, okay, I'm going to go over here and let Sean know where you at. So now the rapper, he ain't, to some degree, he not getting his way because he wouldn't have never guessed that the big Meech would go over there and deal with Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? So boom, what 50 do? He start trouble by saying he going to call him Big Meech a rat. You know what I'm saying? And boom, he go 50. He wasn't getting his way. So what he does, he come back to tell me, that nigga on the other side, on the far side over there, and, starting trouble, the original 50 Cent. So I just had to tie that in with the character of 50 Cent and a real 50 Cent. How this rapper dude, man, he's real messy, man. And like I said, I enjoy listening to him because, like I said, he remind me so much of the real 50 Cent, for real. His ways and the way he, run around starting trouble. That dude is just like him. He said something one time that really had me laughing real hard. Because if you don't know, the real 50 Cent, he was a funny motherfucker. So one time, 50 was on a Funk Flex show, I think. Yeah, and Funk Flex asked him, he said, what's the beef with you and Irv Gotti? And 50 Cent, the rapper, said, his reply was, Irv is mad at me because his mom's got a thing for me. When I heard that, man, I bust out laughing because, that's some shit the original 50 Cent would have said out his mouth. A slick talking, fire breathing dragon. I'm out, Bar.